when we were chatting with everybody before we got the call started. I was like, "What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?" And we're saying hi, what's up? And then I see this chat from LaDonna from Sean Smith Agency saying, "Joseph, I hit Century Club again last month." I was like, "Girl, you got to get on this call and tell us what you're doing." Hey, where's your award thingy that shows the Century
Right here
Clubs?
beside of me.
Let me see it. That is so nice. Sean got that made for you. LaDonna Moore, shining example of hard work and dedication. The Sean Smith Agency. So August 22, October 22, April 23. Wait, she already got that little thingy made for April?
Yes.
Got the little plaque thing made?
And I'm getting ready to hit it again because I'm already at, let me tell you where I'm at today, because I just did some policies earlier.
Where you at?
I'm already at 52.
Holy smokes, that ain't no jokes.
Nope.
52 divided by 8 times 22. You're trending 143 items.
Yes.
What's the most you've ever written?
110, which was last month. Mm-hmm.
All right.
I would love to hit that.
I need to shut up. Girl, tell us what you're doing. Tell us what leads you're working, like what your sales philosophy is, your process is. Just give us a couple minutes.
Okay. So a lot of it is mainly, I have a lot of friends that I've reached out to, and then they've sent referrals. We have the live leads that come in. And then I have customers that I take care of that send referrals. So, and then I'm giving out business cards. When I go through a drive-through, I'm like, "Hey, do you need insurance? Are you looking?" And they're like, "Hey, I might be looking," or "I am looking." So
you're just a networking machine.
Sean says I never come out of my office, which is true.
You know, that reminds me a lot of Beth Lambrecht, you know, our team. Mm-hmm. If you ever come to our agency, you probably won't even see her. She's holed up in her office all day with her light off. She likes to work in the dark, and she's calling and talking and doing quotes. Now, when a customer comes in, she'll put her shoes on. She likes to be barefoot, but she'll put her shoes on when a customer comes in. But she just gets in there and gets to work. All right. What's your like average day, like activity wise, calls, quotes?
So sometimes I don't get a lot of calls in because I do talk too much sometimes, but it depends on the customer. Because if they're, you know, really relating to me, because I try to relate to people with a story. And then before I know it, we're like best of friends before I hang up. And so like, I'm probably averaging about 45 to 65 calls, maybe. Some days are less, but I'm definitely getting the talk time on. You know, sometimes a few times I've had over 6 hours, but for the most part, I'm about 3 to 4 hours talk time, because then I have people coming in also. So I try to lead with liability, most importantly, because I try to explain to them how important it is, because I had a bump up. Oh, it's been many years ago. And whenever it happened, I was on my way home, wasn't expecting it. Thank you. And I hit a car because I didn't see them in my blind spot. And then next thing I know, they hit a car. It ended up being 5 cars, over 75,000 in property damage. Yeah, not to mention medical, but thankfully I had good coverage. So I was okay, didn't get sued. But I tell them, you know, especially when they come to me with the 3060, I'm like, it concerns me that you have this coverage and why your agent wouldn't even write this, you know, for you. And then I'll tell them, you know, just because you think you have full coverage, you really don't. So I just try to explain to them the importance of what real full coverage is, making sure you're fully protected, but also making sure it fits your budget. And I really press the umbrellas for people, even when they rent, because those are very important.
Ask you, do you do that with every customer, even if they're younger, don't own a home yet? They might not be making a lot of money. You recommended that for every customer that you work with?
Unless they don't qualify. You know, I do what you said about quoting everybody, but if they don't qualify, I don't mention it. Or if I see that there's a potential to possibly, you know, get it later, then I'll tell them you may qualify in 6 months for an umbrella policy. Oh, what's that? Then I go in and explain it to them. But I've been doing a lot of bundles. I've actually worked for Allstate since 2003.
2003. You were a baby. You must have been a baby. Was it child
Yep.
labor? Was it child
Yep.
labor at the
It was.
agency? Really? For real? How old were you when you
Yeah.
started?
Uh,
Were you a
I think I
teenager?
was, no.
Okay.
Thank
Early
you. No, I'm
20s?
just kidding. No, I was actually about almost 40, somewhere in there.
Hold on.
No,
You were
no,
almost
no.
40 in 2003?
30. No, it's 30.
Okay, you're
I'm
almost
getting
30.
old,
Okay.
okay? I'm getting old now.
Listen, I'm telling you, I was thinking you were like 43 or something. That's why I was guessing you were like in your teens or 20s. Um, 2003, you've seen a
Hmm.
lot, right? You've seen a
Yeah.
lot of different things going on in the industry and with your current company that you're working with, rates increasing, guidelines tightening, but
Hmm.
then they loosen up and get better. You've seen
Yep.
the pendulum swing. We got some people on this call right now or watching the recording right now. They might have only been doing this for about a year and they're thinking, is this the way insurance always is? Premiums going up through the roof like that, customers upset from time to time, all this kind of stuff. Will you talk just a little bit about, how you've experienced the shift in how the way business is done over the past 20 years?
20
20
years.
years. Wow,
Yep.
congratulations.
Thank
Talk to us a
you.
little bit about that pendulum swinging both ways.
Okay. So when I first started with Allstate, I was in service. I did service for probably 19 of those years. Um, and when I came to Sean, I started sales. And it's been like boom, 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 boom since I've been here. And, but when I started out with Allstate in 2003, things weren't too bad then. You're going to have those customers that are just not happy no matter what, even if they have a good rate. They're just going to find something to complain about. But when rates go up, you try to talk to them and, see what you can do to offset those differences, and then if when the rates go down, they're all happy, and recommending you to everybody. So I have seen a lot of fluctuations, a lot of changes. We started out with All Star, if you remember All
Oh,
Star.
I remember All
I
Star.
loved All Star,
I hated All Star.
really. And then came
Oh,
Advisor
all
Pro.
those F buttons, F2
Uh-huh.
complete.
F2
F2 complete was
complete,
my favorite
F5.
button, right?
Yep. Yep. And
Well,
F6 was
listen,
payment. So, I
we could
mean, you
talk
just,
all day. We could talk
oh,
all
yeah.
day, but I got some training to get to. Here's what I want to say. You've only been doing sales for a year. You've only been doing sales like a year. So
May
you were doing
3rd. May
service
3rd was my anniversary. And
and
this is what Sean
oh,
got me for my anniversary.
oh, that's precious. She's the best. You're
She
so blessed.
is. I am.
Yes.
I am
I
truly.
am super impressed with you. You've been in
Thank
the
you.
business for 20 years. When you were a service agent, were you still generating a lot of sales opportunities to maybe pass to a
Oh, yeah.
salesperson, or maybe were
Oh,
you
yeah.
quoting some and writing some yourself?
No, I wasn't allowed to
You
quote
passing?
but I would pass them to the agents. I would give out their cards. I would post on Facebook, things like that, to try to bring in business. And
Wow. Well, for 19 years, you were a service agent, but I think you're really impacting a lot more families as a sales professional now. And I'm just super impressed. You've hit Century Club 3 times in your first year in sales. I know you've been in the industry for 20 years.
but
Honestly, LaDonna, it takes a lot to impress me. I'm not going to lie. It takes a lot to impress me.
well, thank you.
I am super impressed.
Thank
Super
you.
impressed with you.
I appreciate that.
Yes. And I want you to keep me posted on how you're doing.
Okay.
I want you to keep me posted on how you're doing. Keep us posted on how you're doing. And maybe, just maybe, you might be interested in becoming a CWC Rising Star. And if you are, shoot me
I
an
would
email.
love that.
Let me
I
know.
would.
All right, shoot me an email so I can add you to my list. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, LaDonna. Everyone, virtual round of applause for LaDonna,
I can
3-time
hear him
Century
clapping
Club
out here.
winner. Amazing. Tell Sean, thank you so much for being a part of the CWC family. So
I
glad to work
will.
with you.
And that it has been a true blessing for me.